Hey everyone, Josh here. I just saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and yeah, let's give it a review, shall we? I'm a huge Turtle fan. I think I've expressed that before. I haven't really minded the other films that came before. They weren't perfect, of course. I'm always a huge fan of the first live-action one. Secret of the Ooze is maybe second. The Bay films had their perks, I guess you could say, and some of that has been borrowed. That's kind of what's nice about all these iterations. Each new film by new creators, they kind of bring in something introduced from the set of films before, or animated films or shows. Let's say Donatello's glasses came from the Bay produced films, and Raphael's bandana. So the looks of these turtles, I really enjoy. They're kind of getting back to the basics, I would say, because, Bay's turtles were freakishly huge and didn't really give off a teenage vibe, in my opinion. However, they did act that way, and I did like that from those films. So seeing this preview for the first time, knowing that Seth Rogen was attached, sure, I had my concerns, but I thought he probably could do a decent job with these guys. And so, yeah, from the get-go with the trailers, I know others weren't so fond of it, but I saw something really unique about it, and I like the Spider-Man Spider-Verse inspired animation. It's not the same animation or the same animated company, I believe, that did this film. But I do like it. It's got its own little look, and it's done well. And man, they give you a ton of characters from the whole catalog of Ninja Turtles, from Ninja Turtles history, if you will. Giancarlo Esposito plays Baxter Stockman. Ice Cube, Superfly. Paul Rudd, Mondo Gecko. Jackie Chan as Splinter. There's several more. John Cena as Rocksteady, and Seth Rogen as Bebop. So everyone did a great job. The voice cast was incredible. I didn't even recognize some of the celebrities until looking at IMDb to see who played what. Very, very cool. It's just an explosion of turtle lore, if you will. Mutant Mayhem. I mean, it really earns its title. And I am happy that it has a different villain than the usual Shredder. But I can't wait to see Shredder. I'm looking forward to that a great deal. Maybe they set that up. I can't say for sure. Anyway. But yeah, this is doing really well, I think, so far at the box office. Came out August 2nd. I was up north. There was a smaller theater in town, and all shows throughout the whole week, I think, were sold out for it. So very impressive. But yeah, I took my two kids to see it, and they dug it pretty well. And the movie has a lot of heart, humor, and yeah, the animation's incredible. Splinter is very different than you've seen before. I don't know if very different's the right way to say it, but he definitely gives off that very old man vibe more than ever. He even has glasses, and that's not a spoiler because you've seen that in the trailers. But yeah, this cast was incredible. Everyone behind the, within the creative team did a great job. And, hey, this further alongs the evolution of the Turtles, and I think someday, I hope, we'll get back to the live action with some CG assist. Definitely want that to be more like the Henson days, but, with a little contemporary tech assist, if you will. So, yeah, this is an origin story again. It's probably the downfall a lot with these Turtle films. They come out every 5 or more years, so they kind of have to reintroduce them again and show their origins. This origin story was a lot better than the Bay produced Turtle story. Did not like that much at all. Made the universe really small with them being April's pets, I thought. April O'Neil's very different in this. She's a high schooler, so they're all like kids. So it is very different than we've seen before. So overall, definitely go see it. Bring your kids if you'd like. it's worth seeing in the theater. I think it was a really good experience, and yeah, the animation alone is incredible, and a lot of throwbacks I see in it. Can't really remember them at the moment, but yeah, there definitely were some callbacks that I think any of us fans would appreciate. And yeah, I can't wait to see more of these films. I hope they, I know actually they're going to make a second one, and they're going to also have an animated series on Paramount Plus. So hopefully the animation won't suffer with the lower budget. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, you know, I'll expect just a TV looking show, but yeah, definitely when the other movie comes out, I think, you know, we'll get back into some more richness that this one gave us. And who knows, maybe I'll be surprised with the animated show. Maybe we'll have the same look and feel. That would be pretty neat. But yeah, all that aside, yeah, go out and see it. It's great. There's so many films out right now. Let this be one of those. Before I leave, I'm going to go into some spoiler territory with you. So, one of the things, it's not really a dislike, but the movie kind of, with all the villains turning on Ice Cube, Superfly character, they all are like one big family now, all these mutants. And they live with Splinter, and Splinter's got a girlfriend who's the cockroach. As much as I love all that, it's I don't know, concerning that, like, I know Bebop and Rocksteady are classic villains for the Turtles, and to now have them as good guys, I'm not sure if that's really a way to go. I mean, perhaps Shredder will persuade them to become villains once again. I'm not sure. But yeah, they all kind of just came together and saved the world. And that's really not in Bebop and Rocksteady's wheelhouse. So I hate to make them villains again, but to tell more stories, I feel like those two definitely have to be villains again. And perhaps they will do that with them. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably the only downside. It feels like it's a finale film. Like, all the villains finally become good guys and they all live in peace together. Kumbaya, all that great stuff. As much as I love everyone being friends at the end and so on, I still am like, it might have been too soon to go that far with a couple of those characters. But who knows? I mean, you still got Krang to bring in. Obviously, Shredder, which they did hint at the end. I mean, it was more than a hint. You actually saw his silhouette. And you got, you know, Gen X and so on. So who knows? I mean, this writing team, I think, is creative enough to give us something believable, if that's the right word to say. I'm not sure. But yeah, April, being a kid like them, I mean, it's fine. I'm not... it's something new, okay? I'll say that. It's something new. So, and the Turtles with the ambitions to go to high school and actually pull that off, that's crazy. Like, this is a different world. They're not in the shadows anymore. And so I think some of that I kind of am like, again, feels like more of a finale. It felt like we went really far into, like, we just gave everyone what they wanted to see, and it wasn't a dream. It appears to be real, and they're prospering in high school, and I mean, it's cool, but still, it's I admire it for being different and taking that leap. And perhaps April and Leo will have a interspecies relationship. That's crazy, but they've hinted that in the past. But I think it's usually been between Donatello and April, so a little different. They use their weapons. That's great. The reason for for Splinter's teachings of martial arts to the Turtles, kind of didn't like. I always liked Splinter having a master before who, I guess, taught him martial arts. Or, I mean, if you go back to the animated series, he's a human martial artist who turns into a rat. I kind of miss that mythos about him, and he was just an ordinary rat who didn't have friends, and found these turtles in the ooze, and then they all kind of got infected. Like, that's how the story goes. But Splinter, after taking them outside into the real world and having a terrible experience, decides to get these cheap VHS tapes, and that's how they learn martial arts. So, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I don't know. There's just no majesty with it. Is that the right word? I don't know. It's just, there's no formality in a way of the ninja way, it seems. It seems like they were just, they just learned this stuff from watching shows and movies and so on. And there was tutorials and all that. And I get it. It's kind of how people do it these days, but I still miss that. Like, Splinter, he did teach them, but I don't know. He kicks ass still, so that's good. He's not just sitting in the chair and stuff. And there is some, sad moments of them being lonely and all that. So, yeah. That's really all I kind of was not really annoyed with, but just kind of oh, I see what you're going there. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know about that. That's kind of how I felt, I don't know about that. But it's fine. I appreciate it. And yeah, the characters are definitely coming into their own more than they ever did, from my memory. But yeah, it's a fun film. And yeah, go out and see it, and I'm happy to see Pizza Hut boxes in it. It's cool, but sad at the same time. Pizza Hut has this whole campaign, and they had this with Tom Holland's Spider-Man film, maybe the first one. All they really do is, they'll do like advertisement, right? They'll put the character on a pizza box. That's it. And I even chimed in on Facebook recently at Pizza Hut saying, hey, I'm a huge fan. Bring back the toys. Bring back the merchandise. If you're partnering up with a film like this, especially that's got like a lot of pizza mentioned in it and shown, give us something, man. Make a plate of them or something, some collectible to have, exclusive collectible. I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason. I don't know why all these places growing up decided, hey, we're no longer going to do the fun stuff. So, maybe it's just because the toy market is a lot more saturated and people lost interest. I don't know. But I know for me, I would definitely buy any turtle merchandise Pizza Hut had to offer. So it is cool they did partner up, though. And you see Pizza Hut boxes all over the film. That was neat. So, yeah, soundtrack's pretty good. I don't know if there's too many original songs in it, but it's still a good soundtrack. Also, the Bay films did have a pretty good song or two, original song or two. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm a huge Turtle fan, and I like my Turtles a certain way, but this isn't bad at all. And, I just take it as another vision of the Turtles, which is what it is. And someday, perhaps, we'll get back to what, the first theatrical experience was and maybe expand upon that. Who knows? Maybe we'll ignore Turtles 3 and so on. I don't know, but I could see that happening someday. But until then, keep these movies coming. I know we got one more in the pipeline and the animated show as well. So, yeah. Like I said, it's just more of, not really annoyances, just kind of I don't know about that, questioning some of the decision making. But hey, they went for it. They didn't play it safe, and they didn't go too crazy. But yeah, they went for it, and so I applaud them for that. And yeah, job well done, guys. I'll be back for more. Till then, you guys take care out there. I'm Josh.